What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and I'm sort of getting fed up with this manager shit now. You know, we've been linked with yet another manager, Gautier, or whatever his name is. Obviously, he's been successful. He's had a great season at Lille, won the league, or Ligue 1. Obviously, finishing above PSG, which is no easy feat, having looked at their side, obviously. And he's been linked with Everton. He left the job 2 days after the coronation of their crowning, as you might want to say, because he essentially just wasn't happy with the direction the club was going. He felt that he'd taken them as far as he could go. I think he was reluctant to stay, bearing in mind he'd just done such a magnificent job against odds. You know, there's no getting around it. You know, this is a team that 4 years ago were in a relegation battle, and he's done a magnificent job, to be fair to him. You know, you can't argue with the job he's done. So he's been linked with the Everton job today, and there's a lot of people who are very, very for him coming in. I'm not necessarily jumping on that wave. Not that there's anything right or wrong about that. I'm a little bit concerned just about a few bits. Firstly, I don't think coaches that come over from Ligue 1 do particularly well in the Premier League. He reminds me a lot of Remy Gard, who had a very successful Lyon team, did really well, went to Aston Villa and did really, really badly. And that concerns me if he could be that manager. But then equally, you've got to take each manager on face value. He's a different man to Remy Gard. He plays a different style of football. It's a bit of a concern. Again, the Premier League experience, that worries me. But yeah, I don't know. Another rumours coming out is obviously Nuno appears to have pulled out of the running for the Palace job. And I've got to be honest, it's doing my head in. Like, it's doing my head in. If Nuno is the one that Everton want, just sort it out. Sort it out. You know, there's a lot of managers out there, whether you think they're good, bad or indifferent. There's a lot of managers out there. The transfer window opened today. And we just... I don't feel like we're going in any direction. And to be fair, there was an account on Twitter that I read earlier. Again, I can't remember the bloody name. I need to start writing these down. And he said, look, the manager thing's here almost immaterial because, you know, Brands is the one that sort of has to push the direction of the club. And although I agree, you need a coach and a manager to be able to direct what type of players he wants. So I didn't necessarily agree with that comment. But there's a lot of people that are all for going out signing players, and it doesn't really matter whether they fit the manager's philosophy or not. Everton have been linked with Dumfries, right back, Dutch. Will be at the Euros. Very, very good 25-year-old player, 15 million euros. It's a bargain. He's a very, very, very good player. And if Everton can get that done, that would be fantastic. I don't know if there's any legs in it or not, but it would be a good signing. He's a player I rate highly. I prefer Max Aarons. I'm not going to beat around the bush. But again, he's someone who's quick, technically ability, he's sound, spot on. He's got the legs, he's got the engine, he can beat a man, he can stand the ball up. He does fit the bill for what Everton ordinarily would want without necessarily knowing what a manager definitely needs. So he does fit the bill in that sense. So yeah, again, more than happy with that, if that is true. A problem is a lot of talk that we're seeing in papers. You don't know whether it's true or not, and I don't think anyone really knows their arse from their elbow, and that's fucking disappointing. This is so monotone, this video. I'm just a bit disillusioned by it all. You know, it's just fucking irritating me. But there you go. There you go. Weddings in 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow. Fuck me. Need to lose 3.5 stone in that time. Do you think you can help? Yeah. So that's really Everton, based on what I've read briefly and sort of read in and looked on. If there's any people who want to contribute to videos, Toffee Blues are looking for contributors to their channel. So get in touch with Toffee Blues if you are one of those people who want to get involved in YouTube. I think they've got a great support network, so they will look after you. So, you know, just link up with them on Twitter, or if you need me to point you in that direction, just send me a message and I'll be more than happy to send it over to the guys there. Yeah. Now,
easy.
What I actually want to talk about is the Big Six and them fuckers getting away with it yet again. And actually, I'm going to have a pop at the other 16 clubs here and the Premier League. So first and foremost, 16 clubs, 14 clubs, fuck me. You see, I'm losing my fucking marbles. The other 14 clubs should be absolutely outraged at what's come out today, because apparently they're all getting a £3.5 million fine, and that has been agreed by the top 6 clubs. These so-called top 6 clubs, where Arsenal finished 8th, Spurs finished 7th. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. It is absolute paramount to corruption. How the fuck? Could you imagine, right? Could you imagine murdering someone and then picking your own sentence? I mean, what the fuck? The Premier League clubs here, Everton, Villa, Leicester, Newcastle, all of the established, West Ham, all of the bigger established clubs who have been in the league a long time. I've said Villa, but they've been in the league fucking 3 years, Jesus Christ. You know, these teams that have been established, Burnley, they should be up in arms at this. They should be absolutely up in arms at this, because it's a fucking joke. And this argument, oh, the Premier League need the Big Six. Well, I tell you what, get rid of the Big Six and let's see what fucking happens. Let's see them run off to some Super League that they wanted to be part of, because it won't fucking happen. They turn their own fan bases against them, and their own fan bases stop them from fucking doing this. It's hilarious. Why are you bending over when we've already won this argument? The 14 teams won. The fans won. It's a fucking joke. It's an absolute joke. And if it's true that these fuckers aren't getting any points deduction, aren't getting transfer bans, and aren't getting, you know, big fines, and I'm talking big fines that are going to work. I mean, Chelsea are being linked with some player for £54 million. Manchester United are being linked with fucking Sancho for £85 million. And they're being fined £3.5 million. Fuck off, they make more than that in the revenue from the TV rights. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. I can't stand them. The chairman of these clubs are a disgrace, and you know, even the fans will be saying they deserve more they deserve more of a punishment. Honestly, Manchester United fans, Saeed, bless him, was saying we need points deduction, we'll be relegated, all of this shit, and they're getting away with it. £3.5 million. So what they're saying is, right, we're not going to pay Scott McTominay this season. I mean, fucking hell. It's a joke. Honestly, I'm absolutely fuming over it, if it's true, because they've got away with it yet again. These Big Six get away with it. And I tell you what, when they go to Goodison Park, I will happily chant, sing and boo against the Big Six. Not the fans. I still feel sorry for the fans. Although, I mean, you say that. Do you really feel sorry for a club that can spend £100 million on a player? But their fans got dragged through the absolute fucking mill and had egg on their face, and that football clubs, you know, just because they come out of it, they don't get a bigger fine. Fuck off. The Premier League should be giving these fuckers a 25-point deduction. I mean, fucking hell, Arsenal would be relegated. Fucking Spurs would be relegated. Give them a 25-point deduction and a huge fine. Don't do it again. You're not more important than the English pyramid, and what they're doing is basically bending over, and every single other team in the Premier League appears like they're bending over and taking it. And I used the analogy the other day. You know, it looks like they've not just dropped one bar of soap, they've dropped about 15,000, and they are just there getting fucking... It's been a long day. So, yeah, I mean... That's all I got. That's all I've got. I've got nothing. Is there any breaking news? I'm just fucking searching for it now. Is there any breaking news? It's going to cost Everton £9 million for Christophe Gaultier. Denzel Dumfries' bid is expected imminently. Thank fuck for that. We need a right back. Gelson Bremer is being linked with a move to Everton. Torino defender. I mean, you can check this out yourself. I'm literally just reading Google. It will cost Everton £9 million to get Christophe Gaultier, which could end up being like Remy Gard. A bit worried about that. David Moyes has agreed a new contract with West Ham, so it's not going to be David Moyes. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, Sarri's gone to Lazio. Howe would want to bring in Jefferson Lerma. Good player. Take that, but not Howe. Graham Potter is the new favourite for the Everton job. I've got, just so you know, I've got £10 on Rafa Benitez at 10-1 and £10 on Christophe Gaultier at 10-1, just because I think it'll be one of them two. Nuno is now available. So, yeah, we're fucking... We'll see, we'll see. There's loads of fucking stories. There's loads of shit everywhere. I just fucking give up on it. So, right, I'm leaving it there. Have a glorious, glorious night. Peace.
Easy!